A new 4K version of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly has been announced from Kino Lorber. The 1997 sci-fi film Gattaca gets a 4K Steelbook announcement. And the new Liam Neeson starring Taken sequel Honest Thief gets a Blu-ray release this week. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Kim with Mid-Level Media, and welcome back again to the Physical Media Report. This is episode 37 of my weekly Physical Media Blu-ray 4K rundown. I go over all the latest releases that are coming out this week. I talk about the new announcements, stuff that's coming out in the coming months. I go over the deals with you guys for the week as far as Blu-rays and 4Ks that are on sale. I also talk about the top 5 Blu-rays and the top 5 4Ks for the week. Just a good time talking about physical media on this show, and I am definitely happy to have everybody here joining me today. So as for new releases, guys, I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty dry this week, but thankfully we do have a lot of stuff that was announced in the past week. We're gonna be doing some deep dives into some new boutique labels that we haven't yet discussed on this channel before. We got some exciting announcements coming from Kino Lorber with The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. We're gonna do a deep dive into that. I'm gonna do like a little mini special features revealed with The Good, the Bad, the Ugly in this video right here. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth because it is a light week this week. There's not a ton to talk about, so I think we can dive a little deeper into some of these newly released announcement stuff. First off, guys, I'm going to go ahead and ask that if you all have not yet become a subscriber of the Mid-Level Media channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do all kinds of great, amazing physical media, 4K, Blu-ray, movie-related content on this channel. I would definitely love for you to come be a part of it, be a part of this community. We have a great time on this channel. Last night was actually very exciting. If you joined me, thank you, but I did my first ever live stream on this channel where I got to interact with the community of this channel, with you guys in the chat, and that was super cool, super awesome. I want to start doing those types of videos every week on Sunday night, probably about 9:30 is when I'll do them. But yeah, that was super cool and awesome. Thanks for everybody that came out to join me, because I did that video super late last night. It was like 11:30 midnight when I started that stream. So everybody that joined me last night, that watched me on that live stream, it was awesome. We talked movies, we talked about Wonder Woman 84, we talked about The Mandalorian, we talked about some new physical media releases, just a variety of topics that I got to talk about with you guys. And it's always awesome to be able to interact with you all in that way. It's honestly like one of my favorite things to do. So that being said, if you haven't already, like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like this video, guys. Every single like will help this video move up those YouTube algorithms. I would definitely appreciate that. And also be sure to comment down below anything that you're excited about picking up this week. There's not much, but if there's anything, let me know in the comments below. Also, anything that you're excited for in the coming months that we're getting ready to discuss, comment down below. Let me know what you're excited for. Let me know what you're looking forward to. I definitely want to know. I definitely want to have that conversation with you about the upcoming physical media releases, because that's why I do this, just to get excited about physical media, to get everybody else excited about it, to get everybody passionate about it. It's fun. It's awesome. So yeah, guys, let's get started. So like I said in the opening, the 4K of The Good, the Bad, the Ugly was announced this week by Kino Lorber, man, and that is coming out on April the 27th. So the exact same month they are releasing Spaceballs in 4K. They are also releasing this, and man, all I gotta say is I think that Kino Lorber is making a play to be one of the top boutique Blu-ray companies in 2021. Just all the stuff they have announced on their slate, the stuff that's coming out. They're announcing stuff. They're announcing exciting things. It feels like every single week I'm talking about Kino Lorber, their new announcements and stuff like that. Everybody else has been relatively quiet. You know, Arrow's been doing their thing with their monthly announcements. I haven't heard a lot about Scream Factory, Shout Factory in a while, actually, if I'm being honest. So that's kind of interesting. Kino Lorber getting more into 4Ks, announcing a lot of exciting stuff. We'll talk about some other ones here in a second. But yeah, I think Kino Lorber is making a play to be one of the top boutique Blu-ray distributors in 2021. That's exciting because I feel like we've been talking about them. I've always said Kino Lorber is like the saving grace of this show. When there is nothing to talk about, we can always count on Kino Lorber to have some cool new titles coming out week to week. So we've been talking about them since the beginning of this show, all the way back in April. So it's nice to see that they are progressing, and it's cool to follow them from not their origin, because obviously they've been around for a while, but as they transition into being one of the more popular boutique physical media labels. It's going to be interesting to kind of report and talk about them as they transition to this next phase as a company. So yeah, that's super exciting. But let's get into the details on this. And like I said, I'm going to do a little mini special features revealed right here and now. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Kino Lorber has announced that they will release the 4K Blu-ray of Sergio Leone's The Good, the Bad, the Ugly from 1966, starring Eli Walsh, Clint Eastwood, Lee Van Cleef, Aldi Gurfel, and Luigi Pistilli. The release will be available for purchase on April the 27th. So this is hailed as one of the best directed movies of all time by Quentin Tarantino. That's what he said. This epic masterpiece was directed by the great Sergio Leone from Once Upon a Time in the West. So yeah, guys, this is super exciting. If I'm being honest, I haven't seen this movie. I am excited. I'm actually going to buy this though. I'm really thinking about pre-ordering this one right now, getting it out of the way, because I haven't seen this movie. I've heard great things about this movie. And I definitely want to check it out when it comes out in 4K. But as far as special features and the technical specs, there's a lot of stuff to get into here. There is an extended cut, 179 minutes with over 30 hours of shot-by-shot color grading. So it looks like they're putting a lot of care into this release. There is audio commentary by noted cultural historian Sir Christopher Frayling, audio commentary by film historian Richard Schnickel, audio English DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. There's also English DTS HD Master Audio 2.0 stereo and English DTS HD Master Audio 2.0 mono. And these are all on the 4K Blu-ray. I don't know if I covered that in the beginning, but these are all on the 4K Blu-ray. Optional English subtitles for the main feature and reversible cover. So that's cool that they have the reversible cover art. I need to pick up one of these 4K. I need to grab Mad Max, if I'm being honest. I never got it and I wanted to get it. Disc 2 is the Blu-ray. That is the 162-minute theatrical cut from 2017 color correction. Audio commentary by film historian Tim Lucas, Leonos West, making of documentary. Featurettes, Maestro. Let's see. There's a couple of featurettes right there with some names I can't pronounce. The Leone Style on Sergio Leone featurette. Reconstructing GBU, The Man Who Lost the Civil War documentary. Deleted scenes, deleted scene 1, extended Tuco torture scene, deleted scene number 2, the Socorro sequence, a reconstruction, deleted scene number 3, skeletons in the desert, deleted scene number 4, extended torture scene, vignettes, vignette 1, Uno du Tre, vignette 2, Italian lunch, vignette 3, New York accent, vignette 4, gun in the holster. Alternate scene, The Optical Flip, Trailers from Hell with Ernest Dickerson, Image Galleries, GBU on the set, promoting GBU, which is The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Trailers, original US theatrical trailer, original French theatrical trailer, additional trailers, A Fistful of Dollars trailers for a few dollars more. Trailer 1 for a few dollars more, trailer 2. And this is kind of interesting because they're including the trailers for the sequels to these movies, or to this movie. I wonder if they're planning on doing those in 4K. That would be super exciting if we got those announcements within the next month or two, if they're going to put those out as well. Yeah, guys, the features on this are freaking insane. So many special features in this. And yeah, this whole set looks amazing. Like I said, they had this awesome looking slipcover. They have this reversible cover art, which looks really cool as well. So yeah, I'm super excited for this release, guys. I'm super pumped. Like I said, this is coming out on April the 27th, the same month that Spaceballs is coming out, which I believe comes out on April the 13th. So that's going to be a great month for new classic 4K films coming out in that format. So yeah, definitely get excited for The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Let's go ahead and move on to some more Kino Lorber titles that are coming out. So The Producers, which is also a Mel Brooks film, that got announced for Blu-ray coming out from Kino Lorber April 13th. So that's the same day as Spaceballs. So that's going to be a big Mel Brooks on Physical Media Day, because we're going to have Spaceballs in 4K, then we're going to have The Producers on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. So that's exciting right there. And I haven't seen the original Producers. I've seen the sequel with, I believe, Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, Uma Thurman. All of them were in that. So somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But I have seen the remake of that, but I haven't seen the original, which I've heard the original is a lot better. But I believe Mel Brooks directed both. I believe he directed both. The Wildlife on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. coming out on April 13th, so that's another Kino title. We also have A Lovely Way to Die coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber on April the 27th, so a big month from Kino Lorber all around, guys. A lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff coming out, and they're going to be the boutique label to watch in 2021. You wait and see. I'm calling it right here. That is Ken's prediction here on the Physical Media Report. They're going to be the one that's really going to break out in 2021. You wait and see. We also have Scorpion releasing 2 titles in early 2021 that we're going to talk about. They don't have official dates, but they're slated to come out in early 2021. We have Golden Girl coming out on Blu-ray, and we have Baxter coming out on Blu-ray. So I haven't heard either one of those titles, but they are interesting to note here on the Physical Media Report. And Money Plane coming out on Blu-ray from Quiver Films on March the 16th. This is a movie starring Edge, Adam Copeland from wrestling. If you don't remember the WWE wrestler Edge, or if you don't watch wrestling or anything, that's who he is. And also Denise Richards from, of course, Wild Things fame, Starship Troopers, Drop Dead Gorgeous, all kinds of films back in the 90s. Valentine, that horror movie, and early 2000s. I don't feel like she's done anything for a long time, but this is a more recent film. It's kind of like a heist film, I think, from what I was gathering while reading the synopsis and stuff. So that's interesting. Don't know if I'll check that out. It looks like one of those generic, straight-to-video movies, but for those of y'all that like that sort of thing, that might be an interesting enough cast for you to check it out. Another thing that's interesting is Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15 is coming out on 4K. I guess it's like a separate standalone story from that game. And that's coming out from Sony on March the 30th. What's interesting about this isn't necessarily the film itself, because there's a lot of these video game adaptation films that come out. But the cast, the voice cast of this movie is very interesting. Let me read this off to you guys. Aaron Paul is in this, of course, from Breaking Bad, Jesse from Breaking Bad. Then you got Sean Bean, who's from Game of Thrones, Eddard Stark. And then you have Lena Headey from Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones as well. So you have 2 prominent Game of Thrones actors and 1 Breaking Bad actor. And those 2 shows are like my favorite TV shows of all time. So that's cool that those 3 are doing an animated film together. I don't know why. I just thought that was cool. Interesting thing to note right there. We also have a Gattaca 4K Steelbook. Gattaca is a 1997 sci-fi film starring, I believe, Ethan Hawke. Is in that movie. I have not seen that movie. I have heard some really good things about it, but I have yet to see that movie. That is coming out on March the 23rd. That Steelbook looks freaking amazing. Looks awesome. It is $30. It is not, I'm not reading anywhere that it's a Best Buy exclusive or anything, so I think you can order that from Amazon, from anywhere. But yeah, that Steelbook looks super cool, so that might be something I'm picking up. I don't know. It just depends on what else comes out that day. Freaky, that Vince Vaughn horror film that came out in theaters, I believe at the end of October or early November, is getting a Blu-ray release from Universal on February the 9th. So I know that is available right now to rent for like $20 on VOD. I really want to see it, but I just can't bring myself to buy or rent a movie for $20 anymore. I did it a couple times at the beginning of the pandemic. I just can't do it anymore. I don't know. It's too much. I think I'm just going to wait for the Blu-ray. I'll probably go ahead and buy this Blu-ray because I am looking forward to the film and I've heard a lot of good things. So I'll go ahead and blind buy it on February the 9th. But that's exciting that that's finally got an announcement. Last thing I'm going to note as far as like news and announcements, guys, is we have a new, they've been around since I believe May of last year is when they started. But this is an Australian label, Via Vision Entertainment. And they announced their new line back in May, but their new line is Imprint. That is a new boutique Blu-ray label coming from Australia. And they announced some titles that's coming out on March the 31st. Now, what's interesting about this boutique Blu-ray company is that they are region free. So even though these are out of country, these are from Australia, anybody can play them. So anybody anywhere can play these Blu-rays. So I think that's really cool because a lot of times with like Arrow and Eureka and Indicator and some of those, like you have to have specific region players to play their stuff. Like I have a couple of Eureka back there that I can't even play because I don't have a region B player or anything. So it's cool that you have these titles that are coming from a different country that you can play anywhere. So that's awesome. And they're looking to kind of make a play, I guess, in 2021 as well, as far as like upping their game in the physical media market. I've seen a couple of these releases on other people's videos online. They look really cool. The packaging on them looks pretty awesome. They have some really elaborate, cool slipcovers. But let's just go over this film lineup because it's honestly a really interesting, cool lineup coming out from them on March the 31st. So they have Let It Ride, which is a film starring Richard Dreyfuss. I've never heard of it, but Richard Dreyfuss, obviously a legend from films like Jaws. Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford, I have heard of that film, but I've never seen it. Then we have Scarface, but not the Al Pacino one. The 1932 classic film is coming out. Then The Two Worlds of Jenny Logan. Haven't heard of that film. The Mothman Prophecies, which is the horror film starring Richard Gere from the early 2000s. I remember that film being a complete boring snooze fest, but I haven't seen it in a really long time. It might hold up better than that. Then we have Timeline, which is a Paul Walker movie from early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. So that's an interesting lineup for them. An interesting new boutique Blu-ray company for coming out of Australia with imprint labels. So we'll definitely be looking forward to them. Looking forward to checking them out at some point. So let's go ahead and get into some of the deals this week, guys, because as you all know, here at the Mid-Level Media channel, we want to take every opportunity to save you guys a buck. We know times are tough. We know you can't go out there and spend $300-$400 every single week on new physical media releases, buying up anything and everything. Even though this week it would be more like you going out and spending 25 bucks because there's honestly just not anything coming out this week. But yeah, we know you can't be spending all your money every single week, so you got to kind of wait. You got to pick your spots. You got to wait for your opportunity to strike. And I'm here to help you guys take those opportunities to save that money and get yourself the best quality Blu-rays and 4Ks on the market today for cheap. So let's go over these deals, guys. And all these deals, you can check them out on Blu-ray.com. They're usually up there every week, but I just like to point them out to you guys and point you in the right direction. But the Back to the Future collection on 4K from the Amazon exclusive right now with the hoverboard is only $49.99, so that's a great deal for that. The big one though, guys, the big one is this Friday the 13th collection set, which I bought for $170 back in October. That is $109.99 on Amazon right now. That is super cheap for that collection set. So if you got any Amazon gift cards for Christmas, some money for Christmas, and you want that set, I can't speak highly enough on that set. I think it's spectacular. I think it's awesome. Of the films I've watched in it so far, $109.99. I mean, the only thing I got extra with getting mine for $170 was those cool exclusive posters with the set. But you could take or leave the posters. The set on its own is awesome anyway. So yeah, that's a really good deal going on right now, guys. We also have the IP Man, the 4-film 4K collection, for $50.99. Us on 4K for $9.99. I might actually buy that because I do want that film with a slipcover on 4K because I do just have the Steelbook, and I liked the Steelbook when it first came out, but I'm not crazy about it anymore. I honestly just want the cover to that movie, and I actually really like Us. I like that. I didn't like it as much as Get Out, but I do like the movie quite a bit. Unhinged on Blu-ray right now, guys, is $15. That's a good deal for that, for a new movie that just came out a few weeks ago. Let's see, Lucy on 4K, the movie starring Scarlett Johansson, is $9.99 right now. The Mummy with Tom Cruise, which wasn't that great of a movie, and it was kind of a disaster for that universe that they tried to set up. But that is $9.99 right now. We have Meet Me in St. Louis, which is a Judy Garland film. That is $13.78. We have Antebellum for $15 on Blu-ray. That is one I might look into picking up as well. I might wait till it gets down to 10 though, because I didn't get a chance to see it, and I honestly won't probably anytime soon, so I might wait for that. We do have Atomic Blonde on 4K, which is a pretty cool action film with Charlize Theron for $9.99. The Chucky collection isn't as good a deal as when I bought it for $20, but it is $28.12 right now. The Godfather Code is $11.99. Westworld Season 3 on Blu-ray is $15.99. That's a really good deal for that. Superman Red Sun is $9.99 right now, guys. Let's see, the Flash Gordon 4K set from Arrow is $37.84. That's a pretty good deal for that. I believe that was about $50 a couple of weeks ago. Batman Death in the Family on Blu-ray for $9.99. We got The Curse of Frankenstein from Warner Archive is $17.99 right now, guys. Total Recall still $13 right now. Let's see if we got anything else. Chernobyl on 4K, $27.99. So the Santa Claus 3, I know Christmas is over, and that's honestly not a great movie, but if you're a completionist and you haven't completed your Santa Claus collection on Blu-ray, that's only $5 right now, guys. So it might be worth it to you to go ahead and grab that. So not really seeing too much else right here. We got Mulan, the Blu-ray for $19.99. I think that was $25 before. So yeah, not a whole lot right there to get into, but it's enough to kind of get you excited and get you out there and picking up some new 4K titles that you might have missed out on from a couple of weeks ago. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the top 5 releases for the week, guys. So Blu-ray.com didn't really have it structured like they usually do, breaking down like the top 5 4Ks and the top 5 Blu-rays, but I'm going to go ahead and get into this, the top 5 in general releases, because that's what they have on here. Number 1 was the Harry Potter 8-film collection. Like usual, it's usually like 1 or 2 every single week. People can't stop buying that Harry Potter collection. Number 2 is Tenet on 4K. Number 3 is Yellowstone Season 3. I've heard a lot of great things about that show. I honestly need to check it out at some point. The Lord of the Rings, the motion picture 4K trilogy, and The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone is number 5 on Blu-ray. So some cool releases right there, guys, on sale. Definitely check out Blu-ray.com, Amazon.com. Check out those sales. I might link a couple of them down below. I always mean to do that, and I never get around to doing it, so I'm sorry that I'm such a failure to you guys, but I'll try to link a couple of those prominent ones down below. But let's go ahead and get into what's new this week, guys. This is going to take me like 10 seconds. Honest Thief, guys, on Blu-ray this week, the Liam Neeson action thriller, Taken Part 7, whatever you want to call it. That is coming out from Universal for $22.99. We also had The Last Shift coming out on Blu-ray from Sony for $22.99. Haven't heard of that before. I think it's like a straight-to-Blu-ray title or something, but I haven't really heard of that movie. Then we have the Marx Brothers, A Night in Casablanca, coming out on Blu-ray from Classic Flicks. So Classic Flicks is one that I am aware of, a boutique collection company that I'm aware of, but I don't cover on them a whole lot. I think I have before, though. That set's coming out from $19.99, so honestly not a bad price for a boutique collector set right there. And with that, guys, that is it. That is all that's coming out this week. It's going to be a very interesting Blues Day Tuesday Blu-ray hunt when I go out to stores tomorrow. I'm going to try, I might hit out a few. I might do a combination and like combine my thrifting stuff with the Blu-ray hunt tomorrow to try to bring it back some interesting locations and stuff to go to tomorrow to kind of keep things interesting, because we'll go to Best Buy, Target, and Walmart. But to be honest, like if the only thing we're going to be able to see is the Honest Thief, which I'm sure we'll see in stores, it's just not worth it to, you know, make a whole video around that. So we'll make it interesting. We'll figure something out. I'll keep it entertaining for you guys, promise. But tonight, guys, I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be doing 2 videos today. I'm going to be reviewing the new Pixar film Soul, which I just finished this morning. And I'm going to be reviewing that tonight on my channel. That video might drop kind of late. It might drop in the AM hours of like 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. So it might be one you don't check out till tomorrow morning. But definitely check that out. Definitely check out my channel tomorrow morning to see that review of the Pixar's latest film, Soul. So I also have a review for Wonder Woman 1984 up on my channel that you guys can check out. So I will be reviewing the 2 biggest movies that came out on Christmas weekend. So definitely be excited to check those out. And I would appreciate anybody to check those out. I know you all, you watch my Blu-ray hunting videos, my collection videos and stuff. I really want to get into doing more video film reviews. So I would definitely appreciate it. Anybody that checks those out, leaves me a comment. Because I know a lot of people saw Wonder Woman 1984 and Soul over the weekend. So leave me your thoughts on those films in the comments. Like the video, please. I definitely want that feedback, that interaction. Because I'm new to the whole review and video form thing. You know, I'm trying to get into it more, and also like reviewing more 4Ks. I will be back doing a 4K review on Friday. I will be reviewing Total Recall. So my Blues Day Tuesday hunt will be tomorrow. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing, I announced this last night on my first live stream, but I'm going to be doing my top 50 pieces of physical media that came out in 2020. So that is going to be a big video that's going to drop on Wednesday, probably an hour long. I'll try to go through it as quick as possible. But that I'm going to rank 50 pieces of physical media, the big ones that came out in 2020, and I'm going to talk about them with you guys as to which ones I like the best and who came out on top for 2020 as far as physical media. We're going to be doing that on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to be doing my top 25 first-time watches of 2020 because, you know, the theaters closed. There wasn't a lot of new movies that came out this year. But there was so I got the chance to catch up on a lot of classic films. I saw a lot of things for the first time this year, and I want to highlight those in that top 25 video. So a lot of exciting stuff coming to the channel this week. I'm also going to be doing a review for Videodrome, the Criterion edition of that, because I had you all vote on that in my YouTube poll, and you overwhelmingly chose Videodrome over Scanner. So I'm going to be reviewing the Criterion for Videodrome this weekend, probably on Saturday. And then next Sunday, I will be back for another live stream. So definitely join me for that next Sunday as we talk about, so we're going to talk about some topics, talk about some new Blu-rays, announcements, whatever. You know, we'll get into general Q&A. I just like interacting with you guys on that level. It's cool to have you all comment on my videos and I comment back and stuff like that, but I love engaging with people like live. It's one of my favorite things. So definitely join that live stream this Sunday, guys. And with that, I appreciate everybody watching this video today. Like I said, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber of the Mid-Level Media channel. Go ahead and leave me a comment below, anything that you're excited for physical media wise coming out this week and the coming months, whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. And also be sure to like this video, and we'll see you next time.